Welcome back to the channel. This week, we're behind the wheel of this 2025 Chevrolet E-Ray Corvette. And I'll be honest, there's still one thing that I'm still not a big fan of. But before we get into it, if you haven't already done so, take a moment to like and subscribe so you won't miss our reviews each week as they come out. And that's this European look. Ever since the body style changed on the C8, the Corvette lost its nostalgia for me, that American muscle look that we came to identify with. But after spending a week behind the wheel of it, I finally understand why. Chevy didn't just build another Corvette. They built a supercar contender. And not just any contender. This is the quickest Corvette ever made. 0 to 60 times in 2.5 seconds and quarter mile in 10.5 seconds. That's some serious performance from a car that still wears the Chevrolet badge. And under this glass, you'll still find that 6.2 liter V8 putting out 495 horsepower, but that's not it. On this E-Ray, you got an electric motor in the front pushing out another 160 horsepower and 125 pound-feet of torque. Now, when you add that all up, that's 655 combined horsepower driving all 4 wheels and an 8-speed dual clutch transmission. You want to talk about pull. What surprised me the most, it's not as intimidating as I expected. Once you drop down in the seat, it fits like a glove. This brown interior, the alternating stitching, it feels premium. Now, I was a little bit thrown off by this blue and brown color combination, but once I'm inside, I love it. Now, I had one of those moments this week, the kind that remind you why you love cars. Let's just say an AMG S63 owner had to question some life choices after I embarrassed him off the line. Even after giving him a head start, my wife swore he wasn't racing me, but once he jumped, I had to accept the challenge. The E-Ray walked him down and blew by disrespectfully. He was a good sport about it though, nodded at the light and made a U-turn. I think he got the message. It took me a couple of days to figure out all the performance settings, mainly because I refused to read the manual or watch anybody else's video. Turns out, it's pretty simple. 2 buttons on the steering wheel and suddenly this thing goes from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde. Hit Z mode and the E-Ray transforms. The response is sharpened, the exhaust deepens, and the electric torque is instant. And this magnetic ride control 4.0 keeps it planted. And those Brembo carbon brakes are confidence inspiring every single time. This all-wheel drive setup isn't just about traction. It gives the E-Ray legitimate 4-season capability. That's a first for any Corvette. Inside, you get the Chevrolet's infotainment system with Google built in, plus a performance app that shows exactly how the hybrid system is working. And if you're in the 2LZ or the 3LZ trims, you get the Bose Performance Series 14-speaker system, and it sounds just as good as the engine. So here's my takeaway. While the E-Ray might look more European than American, it's still a Corvette at heart. It's loud when you want it to be, refined when you don't, and it absolutely earns its place in the supercar conversation. If you've driven the C8 Stingray or even the Z06, this feels like evolution, not imitation. It's still pure power, just smarter about how it delivers. If you've watched this far, go ahead and give it a like. And don't forget, click that bell so you don't miss our reviews each week as they come out. Until next week, I'm Daryl Killian for the AutoNsider.